Hi, I'm Valerie Bertinelli. Welcome to Getting Naked, the podcast. This is our very first episode. So welcome. I'm glad you're here. There's a lot of stuff going on. Today, what I'm going to do is answer your questions. You guys sent me in some amazing questions, so let's get to them. I want us all to have a place where we can talk about anything. And we can talk about things that make us uncomfortable, things that are going on in our lives that we need some guidance on. I'm going to have some experts on that really know what they're talking about, that have helped me through some challenging times in my life. And I want this to be a community where you guys call in and you're a part of this show as well. And if there's anything that's heavy on your mind, if you want to talk about it, and if there's light things on your mind too, it doesn't have to be a heavy podcast. But I really want to dig into what makes us all tick and what makes us a community. And I talk a little bit about that in Getting Naked, my book. I have a chapter in there called Connections. And I think social media has been given a bad rap, and rightly so. It's got some bad stuff to it as well, but doesn't everything. I think there's the really great thing about social media is how I've been able to make connections with all of you and how you have been able to make connections with me. We DM each other, we talk. I feel like we've really built a community. So this is just a nice little expansion of that community where you don't have to worry about the algorithm. You just come right here. I've already gotten some questions from a lot of you, and I want to get to those. But what I really want to do is start every podcast with an affirmation. And this is one that opens my book, and it's one that gets me through some really challenging moments in my life because it kind of helps my brain settle down. It's by Louise Hay, who is a brilliant writer. I have had one of her books for decades of my life, and she's an amazing woman, way before her time. All is well. Everything is working out for my highest good. And even in this situation, only good will come. I am safe. When you're feeling scared, and if there's emotional stuff that's happening, I want you to remember that quote. For me, it settled me down. I think just the simple fact of telling my brain that I was safe without having to say, these are just emotions, I'll get through them. I just needed to know I'm safe. And when we tell our brain something enough times, it will believe it. So I am safe. I want to give that to you from Louise Hay. She's amazing. And if you want to look into her books, she's amazing as well. And her books are terrific. So I was writing some really challenging chapters in this book. I just decided to just lay it all on the table, basically, because I had found myself doing some really intense internal work, getting through some intense, scary things. I had a really hard year in 2024. I would dare to say it was my worst year ever. Lots of surgeries. I talk about that in the book. You can find out more by reading it. A lot of emotional ups and downs. But I wanted to be clear that even though it was probably the worst year of my life, there were so many beautiful pockets of joy. And I want you to keep that in mind when you are having a challenging time. Even though I felt like my world was falling apart, I still got to sit in a studio and watch my son create his art. I still got to go and sit in an audience and watch people enjoy my son. I got to watch my child thrive. So I want you to find positive things in your life that you have, and you always will have them, that even when you're going through the most difficult times, you can find beautiful pockets of joy. I was able to get a job on the Drew Barrymore show. That really brought me immense joy. It was like a little island in a really scary, choppy sea that I found myself in sometimes. And then I could lay up on that shore at the Drew Barrymore show and just feel safe with people that loved me. Find the people that love you. There are people out there. And even if you don't want to talk about it, just by being in the same room with them can be helpful. Or say that quote by Louise Hay. All is well. Everything is working out for my highest good. And even in this situation, only good will come. I am safe. So now I'm going to go to audience questions, and I'm going to start with some questions that were written in. You guys were so fabulous, by the way. Just made a little tiny post on It's Valerie's Place on Instagram, and you guys came through. From Bernadette Zanglione, I hope I said your name correctly. How did you conquer the battle of menopausal, postmenopausal weight gain? It's a constant struggle no matter what I do. I hear you, girl. I am easily 20 pounds heavier than I was when I was photographed for the cover of People magazine in that green bikini. We've all seen it. And I'm okay with that. I'm carrying this weight because I'm a 65-year-old woman that's been through a lot. Like any 65-year-old woman or man has been. We spent a lot of time on this earth, so we've been through a lot of life. It's all in your body. There are some women that don't gain weight all through their life and don't gain weight in menopause. And then there are other women that do, like you and me. And big deal. It's just weight. Does your body still go up and down the stairs? Can you still go pee in the morning? Can you take your dog for a walk? Can you still feed your cats? Can you still empty the litter box? If you can do all of those things, what do you care what it looks like? If you're uncomfortable in your body and you want to take some weight off, I am not the person to come to because I still have some regrets about being a part of the diet industry. And I think for me, when I really started to see some change in my life was when the weight of the world and the weight that I carried in my heart and in my brain and in my emotions started to release and lift from me. And that's from doing internal work. And if you're ready for that, I highly, highly recommend it. Finding a good therapist or talking with friends, journaling. There's millions of TikToks out there that are really terrific there's some great psychologists and psychotherapists out there that you can look into that will talk specifically about menopause and weight gain, which is in and of itself kind of amazing because when I was going through it, not a lot of people were talking about it. I am far past menopause. Like I have told people, I am meno-dead, and that's okay with me. Now I'm on the other side where it's a lot of fun, I got to tell you. Kelly Geyer asks, you have reinvented your career many times, all to fantastic success. Thank you. Sometimes not success. What would you say to older women, such as myself and me, at 62, you are younger than me, just retired, who's looking to reinvent themselves after taking care of everyone else for over 40 years? Oh, Kelly. A lot of us come to that part in our lives, don't we, where we're empty nesters, our children are out, and they're making beautiful lives for themselves, and doesn't that bring us joy in and of itself? I would suggest, instead of thinking of it as a reinvention, what else do you love? I've always loved cooking, always. From the time I was a little girl, watching my nonni cook and bake and roll capelletti and gnocchi out, on the big table in my Aunt Adeline's basement. Always loved cooking. And I've always cooked for my friends. Book group is some of my favorite times because then I get to cook the meal that I want to cook for the people that I love. Thanksgiving, all those kind of things. Do you love cooking? Do you love needlepoint? Do you love knitting? Do you love reading? There are book talk reading groups that you can get a hold of and be with people that love the same kind of books that you read. It's just not reinventing, but it's broadening what you see in your world. There's a great, big, beautiful world out there. And sometimes we get so hyper-focused on taking care of the people that we want to take care of. And there's nothing wrong with that. But then it comes a time to look at ourselves and look at what we want to do with our lives. Do more of what you love. It doesn't have to be something, but what do you love to do? Spend your life doing that. Janine H. Dennis. Dennis. I apologize, Janine. What's a role that you wish you would have gotten throughout your career? You know what, Janine? I always wanted to play a bitch. I always wanted to play someone evil. Now, granted, I did at one point play someone who was mentally disturbed. So I got, and I must say, it was a very challenging role. Because we all have that part in us. I have, and I think I really want to do it now, even more so, because I've been able to come to terms and kind of make friends with all the dark places in my life. Because when you make friends with your shadow and with your shame, it becomes more of like, oh, well, that's interesting. Those things happened to me, and they shaped who I am now, and they've made me this kind of person where I want to do good for others, but it also makes me really angry at injustice. So I still have that anger in me. I still have that bitchy side. I still have jealousy. I am by no means a perfect person, and I don't think anybody is. No, I can tell you for sure nobody is. I did a bunch of shit in the 80s that I don't even remember. And I'm sure that I should now feel shame about it. I did for a while, but now I'm like, yeah, that's all I knew then. My world was huge and big and crazy, but it was also very small. So I did the best with what I knew then. And now I know better, and I won't do that again, which is why I'm not a drug addict. Because the drugs were fun, but I knew they weren't working for me. Anyway. I'm saying far too much on this podcast. Hi, welcome to Valerie's Place. Come on in. I like to think that while this is my house, Valerie's Place is our home. It's a destination hub. We can share lifestyle, cooking, fashion. What I really want to do is share stories. I want to build this place together with all of you. You can sign up today, go to valeriesplace.com, find out which tier you want. They start at $2. The first week is free, and then come on in. Tracy Olson. Okay, so I saw the pic of you in a gray wig, and you looked awesome. Have you truly considered going all natural? I've been doing it, and I'm loving it. And Tracy, good for you. I think things you need to remember is that it was a wig. And wigs always make your hair look fuller and bigger. I have gone gray-ish before during COVID. I started to let my gray really grow out. It doesn't do anything for me. I don't think my skin tone is right yet. Maybe it never will be, but I know that in my 70s I probably finally let it go. But there's also another reason that I don't want to go gray yet. And I talk about it in the book, and I will give it to you. I want to find that little girl that didn't feel protected. And that little girl had brown hair, and I loved her brown hair. It was one of the things I actually, even though I never said it because I was afraid to say anything nice about myself, I loved my hair and my ankles. I don't know why, but I did. So I'm still looking for her. And if you read the book, you'll know why I'm searching for her. And I think I finally found her. And now I want to hang out with her for a little bit. And that's that brown-eyed, brown-haired girl. And that's who I want to be with for a little while longer until I just can't take it any longer. And then I will let my hair go gray. But it won't be as beautiful as that wig because that wig was gorgeous. And my hair doesn't have that kind of texture. All right, I want to start listening to a couple questions that we have that you guys sent in voicemail, which I love.
With all that you do and traveling across the country, how have you found routine for yourself? Daily or weekly, or some things that you just kind of routinely do? I know the walking you do, but I was just curious as to how routine kind of fits into your busy daily lifestyle. Thanks.
Oh, that's a very good question because I do travel a lot, like a lot. And I love it. I love it. I love seeing new places. There's just a small part of travel that I don't like is the drudgery of like getting on and off the plane. But once I'm on the plane, I'm like, this is fun. But it's just that getting on and off. And I want to get to where I want to get to. But I love being in airports. I love wandering around airports. I kind of make my own routine part of the travel experience. I love, like I said, I love walking around airports. I love finding out what are the shops because there's all kinds of different shops, different restaurants. You know there's a good perfume counter. I love a good perfume counter. So travel for me is the excitement of finding a new routine, like finding a new routine in the city that I'm at and taking a routine that I have somewhere else and putting it into that city. I just get excited visiting new places. Like I'm excited about going on my book tour. I love my book tour. I love meeting new people. I love wandering around the city. I always wander around the city. I look for different places I want to go. I was just a few months back, I was in Charleston, and I just wanted to get to the edge of the water so I could see the sunset. So I love just getting out and experience the people and experiencing what that city has to offer. Charleston, by the way, is just gorgeous. So much history there. I can't wait to go back when I get a chance to go back. I love that question because I think that you can take something that doesn't feel like a routine and make it a routine. Like I know I'm going to be traveling a lot this month. So how can I find a great routine in there? Am I going to walk? Yeah, but I'm going to walk around and explore a new city. The only thing that I don't like about travel is that I have to leave my pets behind. But when I travel, I get to go visit my son and see him on the road. So that's a big load of fun. John Fleming, what do you have to say, John? Let's listen to what John says.
My question is, I wonder if you're still in touch with Mackenzie Phillips from One Day at a Time. If so, is it a good friendship? And how's it evolved over the years?
Oh, wow. Yes. Mac and I text every so often. Also, Glenn Scarpelli as well. The last time I saw Mac, Norman was still alive. I picked her up and we drove together to go to Norman's 100th birthday party. That was a lot of fun. I adore her. I'm in awe of her. I think what she has done with her life, taken the hardships and the traumas of her life and taken it and then just made it into something that is about helping other people with compassion and love. I'm in awe of her. She is an amazing woman. Yes, I will always have Mackenzie in my life. And maybe she would be here. I would love to have Mackenzie here. I'm sure she would come.
Hi, Valerie. I wanted to know when you first discovered your love for cooking and if Wolfie also enjoys cooking. Thank you.
Thank you. I first discovered my love of cooking as a very young child. We talked about it with another question. Find what you love. You don't have to reinvent yourself. I already loved cooking. From a young age, I would watch my grandmother in my Aunt Adeline's basement. I would watch my mom cook. And my mom, who was English, Irish, Scottish, became an amazing Italian cook. I think she did it for reasons beyond just wanting to be a good cook. But at that time, my mom was not loved by my father's family. They did not want my mother and father to get married. My mom was pregnant. So I think my mom kind of slowly won them over with her cooking skills and becoming quite the Italian chef. Wolfie, it doesn't care. He's like his dad. His dad didn't care. I mean, his dad loved when I made bami, and Wolfie likes when I make certain foods, but really they could not care less about food and cooking. They do it to nourish their bodies. And it's something we could learn, actually. Cooking, feeding is nourishing our body. It doesn't have an emotion to it. Cooking isn't, for me, it does, it helps me give love, but food isn't love, but the process of making something for somebody is. So thank you for your question.
Hi, Valerie. I'm
Hi.
always happy and surprised when a celebrity is so vulnerable and open up about their life like you have. How hard was it to show your emotions to us? You seem so down to earth. And what do you think your future will be like?
Wow, thank you. I feel like my future will be freer because I am able to share now. I think for a long time, I felt like I had to not put on an act, but be someone's expectation of what they wanted from me. And I've just gotten to the age where I just want to be me. I don't know what that means, and I'm just getting to know me as we go along with this. But I found myself, because of my job, I have to go into work no matter how sick I am, no matter how sad I am, no matter what's going on in my life. I have worked through, oh my God, the pet grief alone, because I've always owned a pet, having to work through when I'm losing a pet and when, I know that I went to work after I found out my mother passed. I still did stuff because if I don't show up to work, then nobody works that day. So I know I have a responsibility. So I think at a certain point, I can still do that, and I do it, but I just don't feel like wearing the mask any longer. And if I'm sad and I don't feel like making content, I'm just going to talk about why I'm sad and how I'm getting through it. And what can I do now with my sadness to help someone else. Like if I'm going to go through this, let's make it mean something. So I appreciate you being grateful for me sharing so much of it, because I have gotten some pushback, for sure. I mean, now, even when I post 90% of my videos are me just being happy because I'm so damn happy these days, I'll still get something from someone, oh God, thank God she's not crying. It's like, Jesus, I haven't cried in 10 videos. Like, and what's wrong with crying? Those people don't mean as much to me any longer. Like, I've now gotten to a point where you can say anything you want to say about me, and it doesn't mean that's true, and it doesn't make me change who I am. I'm still the person I am. And I get to be me, you get to be you, and we all get to be our own original selves, but yet we all get to have a connection. And I think that's the fun part. And by being vulnerable and showing my emotions, we get to connect more. And that's all we really want. Really, connection, community, I think that's what we're here for. So thank you for acknowledging that, and I appreciate you. So our conversation isn't done yet. And after this quick break that we're going to take, we are going to jump to the full reveal. Thanks for listening to Getting Naked, the podcast. If you want to listen to this episode's full reveal, head over to valeriesplace.com and sign up. For just $2 a month, you'll get to hear the full reveal and get early access to every episode of the entire podcast.